In the vast halls of the Galactic Council, light reflected off walls made of crystal that seemed older than time itself. Alien leaders from every corner of the galaxy had gathered. Their forms were strange, their colors unimaginable, but all shared one thing: power. They whispered and laughed among themselves, confident in their knowledge of the universe. On a large hollow screen in the center of the hall, images flickered. Earth, a tiny blue planet, spinning quietly in a far corner of the galaxy. Videos showed humans building strange machines, launching rockets, and experimenting with energy that seemed almost playful. The aliens laughed. "They call this science?" hissed a tall, green-skinned counselor with eyes like molten gold. "These creatures can barely fly beyond their own atmosphere." A blue-scaled leader shook its long head, clicking its mandibles. "Primitive, pathetic, they have no idea how weak they are. The galaxy will crush them easily." No one noticed a small group of humans watching far away on a distant outpost. Hidden in the shadows, the humans were tense. They had been monitoring the council for weeks. The aliens believed Earth was defenseless, and the humans intended to use that belief to their advantage. Among the humans was Dr. Lena Veras, a young scientist known for her brilliant mind and daring curiosity. Lena stared at a screen showing Earth's upper atmosphere. Something unusual flickered in the energy readings. "Look at this," she whispered to her colleagues. "There's a signal. It's strong, and it's coming from Earth itself." Her partner, a man named Jaren, frowned. "Could it be another alien probe?" "No," Lena shook her head. "It's human. Something we created. Something alive in its own way." Her eyes shone with excitement and fear. If the council finds out, they'll never see it coming. Back in the council halls, the mood grew darker. The aliens had finished mocking the videos and had turned their attention to planning the next step. "We should strike," said the golden-eyed counselor. "Destroy Earth quickly. They will not resist." Another alien, taller and wider than the rest, clicked its jaws with glee. "Yes, they are weak. Their little experiments mean nothing. Their scientists are fools. We can wipe them out before they even know we are here." The decision was made. Plans were drawn. Fleets of starships, weapons glowing with deadly energy, prepared to leave their home systems. The council was confident. In their eyes, Earth was nothing more than an easy target, a toy to be crushed. Meanwhile, Lena Veras leaned closer to the monitor. The signal in the atmosphere pulsed like a heartbeat. Strange patterns danced across the sensors, weaving a rhythm that seemed almost intentional. "What is it doing?" asked Jaren, worry in his voice. "I don't know," Lena said, biting her lip. "But whatever it is, it's powerful. And it's ours." She looked away from the screen, toward the stars. "If the council attacks, this signal will be our answer." The humans prepared quietly. They moved with care, not yet revealing their secret. For years, Earth had been underestimated, mocked and ignored. Now, hidden in the sky, something waited, a surprise the aliens could never imagine. Back in the council halls, alien leaders finished their preparations. Their laughter had faded, replaced by the cold certainty of war. Starships hummed with power, engines ready to cut through the void of space. Weapon systems glimmered with deadly light. "By the time we arrive," the golden-eyed counselor said, "their scientists will be dead, their cities in ruins. Nothing will remain of this so-called civilization." As they spoke, the humans on the distant outpost watched quietly. They did not panic. They did not run. They had been preparing for this moment. The signal pulsing in Earth's upper atmosphere was more than energy. It was a promise. And when the aliens arrived, they would see that humans were far from weak. Lena whispered to her team, "They think this will be easy. They have no idea what is coming." In the far reaches of space, the first alien warships began their journey toward Earth. In the skies above the blue planet, the signal continued to pulse, waiting, alive with hidden power. And so the stage was set. The council believed in a quick, easy victory. The humans knew the truth. Earth was small, but it was clever. It was underestimated, and in the coming war, it would become something the galaxy would never forget. The unexpected war had begun. The alien fleet moved silently through the darkness of space. Hundreds of warships glimmered like stars, engines humming with deadly power. The leaders of the council watched from the command ships, confident in their plan. Earth would fall easily. On the distant outpost, Lena Veras and her team monitored the fleet through powerful telescopes. The humans were tense but not afraid. For years, Earth's scientists had been secretly preparing, building weapons and defenses the aliens could not imagine. "They're coming faster than expected," said Jaren, pointing at the approaching warships on the screen. "Do you think we're ready?" Lena's eyes narrowed. "We've prepared for this moment. They think they will see weakness, but they don't know what we have waiting for them." On Earth, cities buzzed with unusual activity. People noticed strange lights in the sky, pulses of energy that seemed to hum with life. Governments had secretly evacuated civilians from major cities, sending them to underground bunkers. Scientists worked frantically to activate defense systems hidden for decades. High above the atmosphere, the strange signal Lena had discovered pulsed like a heartbeat. Energy swirled in the clouds, creating patterns no human had fully understood. But everyone knew it was Earth's secret weapon, a force born of human ingenuity and daring. The alien fleet reached the edge of the solar system. Warships lined up, weapons ready, their glowing energy fields casting eerie reflections across each other. The council was confident. "This is it," said the golden-eyed counselor, his voice filled with pride. "We strike now. Earth will not resist." The first wave of ships descended toward the planet. Alien lasers cut through space, lighting up the void like deadly fire. But as the beams reached Earth's atmosphere, something unexpected happened. The signal pulsing in the upper sky reacted. Energy flared, forming shields that twisted and bent the alien beams. A few ships were hit instantly, their metal shells melting under an invisible force. Alarms blared across the fleet. "What is this?" hissed a tall, blue-skinned commander. They are using energy we cannot measure." Lena and her team watched silently, hearts pounding. "It's working," she whispered. "The signal? It's protecting the planet. And it's fighting back." Aliens tried to adapt. They recalibrated weapons, focused their fire, and sent scouts to probe the atmosphere. But every attempt failed. The sky itself seemed alive, responding to Earth's scientists in ways no alien could predict. Meanwhile, the humans on the outpost launched small fighter ships, moving quickly to strike at weakened alien vessels. They darted like shadows through space, hitting critical points and disappearing before anyone could see them. "They don't expect this," Jaren said, eyes wide. "They think we are weak. But we're not." The council grew desperate. Ships began to collide, some losing control as the energy from Earth twisted around them. Alien leaders shouted orders, trying to regain control, but panic spread quickly. Their confidence was slipping, replaced by confusion and fear. Back on Earth, Lena activated the next part of the plan. Energy beams shot from hidden satellites, connecting with the pulsing signal in the atmosphere. The sky lit up in dazzling colors, creating a spectacle that was both beautiful and terrifying. One alien flagship, the largest in the fleet, moved to attack the source. It fired its most powerful weapon, a beam that could destroy entire cities. But as it approached, the sky erupted. A massive burst of energy struck the ship, tearing it apart in seconds. The explosion lit up the night, visible even from the distant outpost. "Impossible," screamed one alien counselor. This is human technology?" "They were hiding this?" The humans smiled, watching the alien fleet falter. "They laughed at our science," Lena said softly. "But they didn't understand it, and now they are learning the hard way." The first strike had ended, but the battle was far from over. The alien fleet was damaged, many ships destroyed, and panic spread through the ranks. They realized Earth was not the weak planet they had mocked. It was clever, it was strong, and it had something no alien had: human ingenuity. In the shadows of the outpost, Lena and her team prepared for the next stage. The aliens would regroup, of course. They would try again. But Earth had shown its power, and when the Council returned, they would face a planet ready to fight like never before. The unexpected war had begun, and Earth had already won the first round. The sky above Earth still shimmered with strange energy. The first alien strike had failed, and their fleet now hovered in confusion, repairing damages and trying to understand what had happened. No alien commander had ever seen anything like it. On a distant outpost, Lena Varys watched the data streaming across her screens. Her heart pounded with excitement. The pulse in the upper atmosphere, the strange energy waves, it was all working. Earth's secret was finally showing its power. "They don't know what hit them," she whispered to Jaren, who was pacing nervously beside her. "They think they're powerful, but all they see is the surface. They don't know what's hidden beneath." Jaren frowned. "You mean the labs? The satellites? The experiments?" "Yes," Lena nodded. Everything we've been preparing for decades. The council mocked us, said our science was primitive. But they didn't see the truth, and now they are learning. Far above the planet, alien scouts continued their probing. They sent small drones into the atmosphere, trying to measure the energy that had destroyed so many of their ships. But every attempt failed. The signal from Earth twisted around their probes, absorbing their energy and sending it back in unexpected bursts. One alien scout reported back in panic. "Commander, the atmosphere is alive.
Our instruments cannot penetrate it."
Their weapons, their energy, it bends to some unknown force." The tall, golden-eyed counselor slammed his clawed hand on the console. "Impossible. They cannot have technology this advanced. We are superior in every way." But superiority counted for nothing against a secret the aliens did not understand. On Earth, Lena and her team gathered in a hidden lab, deep underground. Walls lined with advanced equipment hummed softly. Maps of energy fields, blueprints of strange satellites, and diagrams of the upper atmosphere covered the tables. "This is it," Lena said, gesturing toward a holographic model of the planet. "The pulse in the sky is only part of our defense. We have something bigger prepared. If they attack again, they will face it, and they will regret ever mocking us." Jaren leaned closer. "Do you think the council will come back?" "They will," Lena replied calmly. "They always do. They will underestimate us again, but this time we are ready. Every weapon, every experiment, every strategy, they are all connected. The sky itself is our ally." High above, alien fleets began to regroup. Some leaders whispered fearfully among themselves, questioning their orders. Could it be that Earth had been hiding all this power for decades? The thought unsettled them. "They are cleverer than we imagined," said one blue-skinned commander. "Perhaps we underestimated them too much." "No," hissed the golden-eyed counselor. "We will not admit weakness. Earth will fall as all weak planets do. We must attack again, stronger this time." But as they prepared, Earth's hidden defenses shifted. Satellites fired pulses that created new energy patterns in the upper atmosphere. Meteors seemed to bend slightly, as if guided by invisible hands. Even storms moved with precision, forming barriers that no alien could anticipate. Back in the lab, Lena smiled faintly. "They see the surface," she said softly. "But the real secret is what they cannot see. The sky is not just energy, it's intelligence. It responds to us, protects us, and now it will strike." The humans on the outpost activated more systems. Small fighter ships moved in stealth, ready to strike at alien vessels once the main attack began. Every piece of technology, every strategy was part of a single plan. Earth's secret was not in numbers, but in unity, intelligence, and surprise. Meanwhile, the council grew impatient. Their next strike would be massive, more coordinated than the first. Entire fleets would converge on Earth, expecting no resistance. But the first strike had taught the humans something important. They could turn even the sky itself into a weapon. As night fell over Earth, the pulse in the atmosphere grew stronger. Light shimmered across the clouds, painting the sky in colors alien eyes could not comprehend. It was beautiful, terrifying, and alive. Lena and her team watched silently. "They think this is just defense," she whispered. But soon, they will see it as also attack. They will realize the sky itself can become their doom. At that moment, deep in space, alien ships scanned the planet one last time before the next strike. They saw cities, lights, and activity. They did not see the pulse hidden above them, the satellites hidden below, or the humans controlling every movement. They thought Earth was vulnerable, and they were wrong. The secret of Earth was no longer hidden. It was awake. The signal, the energy, the ingenuity of humans, all combined to form a force the galaxy had never expected. The council was confident. The humans were ready. The stage was set for the next battle, one that would show the true power of a planet mocked for centuries. And as Lena whispered to her team, "The sky is ours. The council will learn. Intelligence can be more powerful than fleets." The aliens prepared to strike again, but this time they had no idea what waited for them. The unexpected war was far from over, but Earth had revealed the first layer of its secret, and the galaxy would never look at humans the same way again. The alien fleet hovered above Earth, battered but not defeated. Smoke and sparks trailed from their damaged ships as they tried to regroup. The council's leaders were furious. How could such a small, primitive planet resist their first strike? "This is unacceptable," shouted the golden-eyed counselor, slamming his clawed hand on the console. "We are superior in every way. How can these humans fight back? They should be powerless." But even as they spoke, Earth's defenses were preparing for the next move. The pulse in the sky had grown stronger, twisting and shifting with intelligence that no alien could predict. Energy streaked across the clouds, forming patterns that seemed almost alive. In the hidden lab beneath the planet's surface, Lena Vera studied the holographic display. Lines of energy connected satellites, atmospheric pulses, and hidden fighter squadrons. Each connection formed a network of precision and power. "They think they can attack again," Lena said calmly, "but the sky is ready." "Everything is ready." Jaren watched the readouts nervously. "Do you think it's enough?" "They have more ships now. They'll come stronger this time." "They won't see it coming," Lena replied, eyes focused. "We're not just defending. We are turning the battle in our favor. The sky itself will strike at them." High above, the alien fleets began their approach. Starships lined up for a coordinated attack, beams ready to pierce Earth's atmosphere. The Council believed in their numbers, in their superior technology, but they underestimated the planet below. As the first wave of alien ships fired, the sky erupted. Lightning-like pulses of energy shot down from the upper atmosphere, hitting the alien ships. Their weapons malfunctioned, shields overloaded, and several vessels exploded in flashes of fire. "What is this?" screamed a blue-skinned commander. "Their energy. It's alive! It's attacking us!" Lena and her team activated hidden fighter squadrons. The ships darted in and out of sight, striking weak points on alien vessels, then vanishing before the aliens could respond. Every attack was precise, every movement calculated. "They are too clever," one counselor muttered in disbelief. "No one should be able to fight us like this." The pulse in the sky shifted again. Meteors from the asteroid belt seemed to bend slightly, moving toward alien ships as if drawn by invisible hands. Alien warships tried to maneuver, but the force of the energy and the small fighter attacks kept them off balance. On Earth, Lena smiled faintly. "They laughed at our science," she said. "They thought we were weak. And now they are learning. The sky is not their ally. It is ours." One massive alien flagship tried to lead a counterattack. Its engines roared as it fired a massive beam, aiming directly at the energy pulse in the clouds. For a moment, the humans held their breath. Could the aliens break through? But the pulse responded instantly. Energy swirled around the beam, absorbing it and redirecting it back at the flagship. The ship was hit, tearing apart in a massive explosion that lit up the sky like a second sun. Smaller ships scattered in panic, unsure where to flee. In the council halls, chaos erupted. Leaders shouted orders, trying to regroup. The fleet's formations broke apart, engines overloading as alien ships collided with each other in confusion. "This is impossible," cried the golden-eyed counselor. "No planet should have such power." But Earth was no ordinary planet. Its power was intelligence, strategy, and hidden technology combined. Humans had waited patiently for the moment to strike back. And now, the aliens were paying the price for underestimating them. From the outpost, Lena watched the battlefield unfold. "This is only the beginning," she said softly. "We have more surprises waiting. They think they understand us, but they don't." The sky continued to burn with energy, twisting around alien ships like a living shield and sword. Meteors moved with deadly precision. Hidden fighter squadrons attacked at the perfect moments. Every move was part of a single plan executed flawlessly. Jaren shook his head in awe. "We're really doing it." "We're winning against them," Lena nodded. "We're not just winning. We are teaching them a lesson they will never forget. They mocked us for centuries, but now they see the truth. Human intelligence is stronger than any fleet in the galaxy." As night fell over the planet, the alien fleet began a slow retreat. Many ships were destroyed, and the survivors carried the scars of a battle they had not expected. The Council's leaders glared at one another. The alien fleet had regrouped. Scars from the previous battle marked the hulls of their ships. Some vessels were battered, engines damaged, and morale was low. The Council leaders seethed with anger. They had underestimated Earth, and now they were determined to finish the war. "This time," hissed the golden-eyed counselor, "we will crush them. No tricks, no surprises. We strike with full force." The fleet surged forward, weapons blazing, engines roaring. The sky above Earth shimmered with the familiar pulse, but Lena Veras and her team were calm. They had prepared for this moment for decades. Every satellite, every weapon, every hidden system was ready. Ready the defenses, Lena commanded, and activate the final sequence. This is our moment. Jaren glanced at her nervously. Are we really ready for the full fleet? Lena's eyes were steady. They think we are weak. They have no idea what we have prepared. The sky is alive and it will fight with us. As the first wave of alien ships entered the atmosphere, the pulse in the sky erupted. Energy arcs twisted and turned like living lightning, striking alien ships with pinpoint accuracy. Shields failed, weapons overloaded, and engines sparked. The human secret plan was working flawlessly. The alien flagship, massive and heavily armed, led the attack. Its weapons fired a continuous barrage at the planet below. For a moment, hope seemed lost. Cities shook and alarms blared. But Lena had anticipated this. Hidden energy cannons linked to the atmospheric pulse fired back with overwhelming power. The flagship was hit repeatedly, systems failing one by one. Explosions tore through its hull as smaller ships around it were obliterated. The council panicked. "Pull back! Pull back!" shouted one commander. But the chaos spread faster than they could control. Their fleet was in disarray, and Earth's defenses continued to strike with deadly precision. Meanwhile, Earth's hidden fighter squadrons darted through the battlefield. They moved with perfect timing, hitting weak points in the alien ships and vanishing before retaliation could strike. Every maneuver was calculated, every attack synchronized with the pulse above. "They can't hold this formation," Jaren said, eyes wide. "They're losing control." Lena nodded. "Good, let's make it worse." The sky seemed to respond to her words. Meteors bent toward alien vessels. Energy streaks from satellites struck the remaining ships, and storms above shifted to form barriers and weapons. It was as if the entire planet had joined the fight, guided by human intelligence. The flagship attempted a desperate escape, but the energy pulse wrapped around it like a cage. Engines overloaded, weapons backfired, and it exploded in a dazzling display of fire and light. Smaller ships tried to retreat, but the pulse followed, striking them down one by one. On the outpost, Lena watched the destruction unfold. They laughed at us. They mocked Earth, but now they see the truth. Human courage, strategy, and science. Together we are unstoppable. The alien council was in chaos. Leaders screamed at one another, blaming mistakes and underestimating Earth's strength. They had never faced an opponent so clever, so unified, and so prepared. "This is not possible," shouted the golden-eyed counselor. "We are superior. No planet should be able to fight like this." But superiority meant nothing against unity, intelligence, and ingenuity. Humans had turned their weakness into strength. The planet itself had become a weapon, a shield, and a battlefield, all at once. As the last alien ship exploded on the horizon, Lena and her team took a moment to breathe. The city below was safe. The sky pulsed with residual energy, calm now but ready for the next challenge. "Is it over?" asked Jaren, staring at the remnants of the alien fleet. "For now," Lena replied. "But the council will regroup. They will learn from this and they will try again. But they will never underestimate Earth the way they did before. Not ever." From space, whispers spread through the galaxy. A small blue planet had defied the mightiest fleet ever assembled. Humans had turned the tide with intelligence and courage alone. Stories of their victory would travel fast, inspiring some and terrifying others. On Earth, the pulse in the sky slowly faded, but its presence was still felt. Humans knew their planet was alive with secret power, ready to defend itself if ever needed. Lena looked out at the horizon, her eyes steady. The council thought victory was theirs. They were wrong, and next time they will remember that humans never give up. Not ever. The ultimate confrontation had ended. The aliens had been defeated, humiliated, and broken. Earth had proven that intelligence, courage, and preparation could overcome even the most powerful forces in the galaxy. And in the hearts of humans everywhere, a new understanding had grown. The galaxy would never underestimate them again. The unexpected war had reached its climax, but its story was far from over. Earth had won the battle, but the war for respect, survival, and dominance in the galaxy had only just begun. The alien fleet had been shattered. The flagship, once a symbol of power, was no more. Smaller vessels were in flames, engines failing, and crews panicking. Yet the council leaders refused to admit defeat. They had underestimated Earth, and the humiliation burned deep. "This cannot be," the golden-eyed counselor shouted, pacing across the bridge of his command ship. We are the most powerful in the galaxy. How can a single planet defy us? But even as he raged, the humans on the distant outpost prepared their final act. Lena Varys, calm and determined, looked at the display of Earth's defenses. The pulse in the upper atmosphere still hummed, a silent but deadly force ready to deliver the ultimate judgment. This is it, Lena whispered to her team. Everything we have prepared comes together now. The sky itself will finish what we started. Jaren leaned over her shoulder, eyes wide. Are you sure it's safe? We've already done so much. Can the sky really destroy them all? Lena nodded. The council thinks we are weak. They are about to learn the truth, trust me. We are ready. Above Earth, the energy pulse expanded. Clouds shimmered with a strange intelligence, twisting and forming shapes that no alien could understand. Lightning danced across the sky in patterns that seemed almost alive, striking at the remaining alien ships with deadly precision. The Council's fleet tried to regroup, forming lines and firing their weapons. But every attack was countered before it even left their ships. Beams were absorbed, shields overloaded, and engines misfired. The sky itself had become a weapon. Commander, they're controlling the atmosphere, one alien officer cried in panic. It's attacking us directly. We cannot escape. The pulse intensified. Meteors moved as if guided by invisible hands, striking ships one by one. Smaller alien fighters were crushed by waves of energy, while larger vessels were torn apart by synchronized strikes from satellites, atmospheric pulses, and hidden fighter squadrons. In the outpost, Lena activated the final sequence. A network of energy beams connected satellites across the globe, focusing their power on the remaining alien fleet. A massive beam shot through the atmosphere, striking the largest enemy ship with the force of 100 suns. The explosion lit up the sky, visible from Earth and the edges of the solar system. Now, Lena shouted, the sky's judgment begins. Every pulse, every strike, every energy beam worked in harmony. Alien ships that tried to escape were caught in invisible currents of energy, their weapons turned against them. Engines overloaded and detonated. The sky had become a cage, a weapon, and a judge all at once. The council leaders panicked. Retreat, they screamed. We are losing everything. But there was no escape. The humans had anticipated every maneuver. The sky itself had become their ally, delivering a judgment the aliens would never forget. On Earth, people watched the sky light up in awe and fear. Cities shook, but no one panicked. Underground bunkers were safe, and the humans had ensured that every civilian was protected. They had prepared not just to fight, but to survive and to win. In the outpost, Lena looked at Jaren and smiled faintly. They thought they could destroy us. They thought we were weak. But the sky is human. Jaren shook his head in amazement. We actually did it. We really did it. The last alien ship, the one that had stubbornly refused to fall, was finally struck by a focused pulse. It exploded in a blinding flash, leaving nothing behind but silence and smoke. The council was broken, humiliated, and defeated. Lena breathed deeply, her eyes scanning the energy pulses fading in the sky. It's over, she said softly. For now. But the galaxy has learned something important today. From the stars, whispers spread. A small blue planet had faced the mightiest fleet in the galaxy, and had survived. Humans had turned defense into attack, intelligence into power, and courage into a weapon. No one would ever underestimate Earth again. The sky above settled into calm. The energy pulse remained, subtle but alive, a reminder that Earth's secrets were still hidden, still powerful, and still ready. Lena looked at the horizon, her mind already planning for the future. The council will rebuild, she said quietly. They will return. But next time they will face even more. The galaxy will remember today. Humans are not weak. Humans are not to be mocked. And the sky has judged them. Jaren nodded. We've won the war, but the story isn't over. Lena smiled faintly, eyes on the stars. No, it isn't, but today Earth has shown its strength. And the galaxy has learned, never underestimate a human. The unexpected war had reached its end. The alien fleet was gone, scattered and broken. Earth had survived, victorious, and the